The northern wall is pretty much as it was. That doesn't mean to say that the stones and bricks and mortar that are there now was the one that were there then, no. But the location of it was in that area. And there was a gate actually in the similar place to where Damascus Gate is. And it was a main entrance and exit out of the city in that era. And running in front of that wall, going down to Jericho and going north to Damascus was a main road, like a main highway. So it was a fairly busy place, different forms of transport today, but nonetheless still a busy place. Probably, you know, the horns blow here at times and the engines rev and the people shout. I guess in the days of Jesus there would have been the donkeys eoring and the camels groaning and all of that. But this was a busy place. Now we know that Jesus was crucified at the time of a festival, which was the festival of Passover, Pesach in Hebrew. We've just celebrated the festival of Sukkot. Have you been to the Feast of Tabernacles? Okay, you've all been there? So was I. And so you're all supporters of Israel, no doubt. Hallelujah. Good. Okay. So that was, it wasn't the Feast of Sukkot, it was the Feast of Pesach or Passover at the time when Jesus was crucified. And so you can imagine there were a lot of people coming up to Jerusalem. It would have been a busy area. And we know that the Romans, who were in charge of the city at the time, when they executed people, when they punished people, they always did so in a busy area or in a public place. They didn't do it in a private area, a private place. They made sure that everybody saw what was going on. Traditionally, this is a place of execution. Traditionally, this is possibly where Stephen, the deacon, was martyred. We can't say that's certain, but it's traditionally held. Behind that rock formation there's Jeremiah's grotto. Again, traditionally, it's a place where Jeremiah was put into the pit. So here we've got, outside the city, outside a gate, and by the way, Jesus suffered outside the gate, according to Hebrews 13:12, and he was taken outside of the city, carrying the cross. He was taken to a place called Golgotha, which in Aramaic means place of a skull. Actually, there is one other word that the Gospels use for the same place, and it's Calvary, which is a Latin word, which means exactly the same thing. It means the place of a skull. So whether you use Calvary or whether you use Golgotha, it means the same place. Now, over here we have a rock formation, and you've got a skull-like appearance, and I'm hoping that we might be able to get up there in a moment, and you get a better look at it up there. This is a little bit awkward. This is a little bit awkward to see it. You need to sort of get up and look back on it that way to see the proper skull formation. Let me just show you a picture here. If I show that to you, you've got the eye sockets and you've got a mouthpiece. You've got a nose formation. So that's actually, this picture was taken 125 years ago, and it really, you know, I took a photo of Skull Hill. That's what it's called. Israel called it Skull Hill. I took a picture of Skull Hill in 1969, which was my first visit to Jerusalem, and my picture of Skull Hill looks more like that than that does. You know, there's been deterioration over the last 42 years. So it doesn't quite look like it used to, but it's still got, at the far end over there, you've still got this skull-like formation.